Welcome. Bleh. Gotta go together. It's gonna be too
You're
cut.
cutting anyway. Like, it's just gonna be jumping around with your editing skills.
That's so mean. How about you start doing it?
I might have to.
Yeah, do it. I can't wait to see what you can do. All right.
I can do a lot.
Okay, ready?
I look weird.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
The motivation was I'm like about to stroke out.
Welcome to the first episode of our podcast, The Positive Spin.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Christina.
And today we've got two very interesting questions that I think will be a great introduction to who we are and what our marriage is like. First question we've got today is one from our listeners. No, I'm just kidding. The first question is, what do you enjoy most about being married? And I will let you go first.
Ooh, okay. I thought about this because I don't want to get too mushy. I just love you so much. I don't want to say that. I'd go with companionship. I just enjoy having you there when I'm struggling or when I'm happy. You're always there. I love that I have somebody to talk to that will not judge me, but is there for me to succeed. He's there to listen to me when I'm struggling. And as a female, we go through ups and downs. Our emotions are unreliable at best. The biggest perk is when you're in a long relationship, that person knows you so well that they will not take things to heart. Like, let's say if you're just not in a good mood and you just want to snap at somebody and he's there, he kind of knows to not take it to heart, and the next moment you'll change your mind and you'll be all nice and squishy.
And to be honest, the trick, it's because it's not that I don't take everything to heart. It's that I know how to compartmentalize. And I understand that blowing up on you ain't gonna get us anywhere.
Really? Yeah. Do you feel sometimes that you want to?
Sometimes I just want to, you know what I mean?
Hey, we're not being violent. What is that? You gotta take my eyes out?
Yeah, poking your eyes. I would never do it, but that's the compartmentalization. You go off to your own world inside your head and you meditate. I'm just kidding. I love you. And it's funny because I actually had a really similar answer myself. And it's weird because I promise you, we did not share with each other our answers before this. This is the first time I'm hearing that. But mine, the thing that I enjoy most about being married actually has to do with that sense of companionship as well. But my reason is more, not my reason, but the thing I enjoy the most is more geared toward the motivation factor, I think, of our marriage. Just the fact that you've got someone who you're hitched to for the rest of your life. You're with them for the rest of your life. And so you feel a sense of motivation every day when you wake up to just make today a little bit better than it was yesterday. I'm going to put my best foot forward. We have 2 children. I want each one of y'all to be proud of what I did today, more so than yesterday. And so I work really hard. And it's not just about like money either. It's not just about the finances that I contribute to the family or to the relationship, but it's more so the motivation to realize the dreams, that we share with each other, that we shared when we were much younger. That sort of formed much of the foundation of our marriage to begin with. Just the ability to dream together. So that's definitely the thing I love the most about being married. It's just that shared sense of motivation, and you can push me, I can push you, and we have sort of a judgment-free zone where we're able to falter at times, but we always care about the final product, and that final product always involves both of us succeeding in some capacity.
I feel like just getting together earlier in life helped us mold each other. Our views are so close to each other.
Very compatible.
Yeah, we're compatible, but also because I feel like a big factor is because we got together so young when we were just figuring out life. So now we figured it out. Well, we're still figuring it out. Let's be honest. But we're together. We have figured it out so far together.
And being able to,
yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but being able to look at our life now and compare it to how it was 10 years ago when we first got together. It's night and day, and it makes me actually smile when, I'm sitting alone. I don't give you too much credit when we're talking to each other, but I can be honest with you that when I'm alone, I sit there and I cherish where we've come, and the obstacles that we've faced that we can detail at a later date. But yeah, some of the obstacles we faced and the tribulations that we've endured, and just the fact that that now we're doing a lot better than I believe either one of us would have been doing had we not
been together.
Yeah, gotten together.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Actually, I had a bonus answer.
Oh,
yeah.
But we're not talking about Get out of here.
So we don't like to use the word sex, right? We use schmooky time. It's just kind of gross. So in schmooky time, what are you crying? Too much for episode 1?
You made me cry. Did you really have to do that? You really want to talk about it, huh? That wasn't just
I was going to. Yeah, I wrote it down. So that was enlightening. I feel like we're kind of on the same wavelength. It's really just a partnership. You've got to understand that some days you're going to be more attracted to the person than other days. You're married, you're together, you're pushing forward toward a common shared goal. And honestly,
family. Also, it's not just about love.
Exactly.
Of course, you love each other, but you're
and
family.
And that's where I was gonna. That's actually where I was gonna go. Is usually when you start kind of falling out of love with someone, which that does not. Anyway, that's not encompassed within our relationship. But usually when you do that, my viewpoint, my opinion on it is that you stopped working on yourself. You stopped pushing yourself. You became complacent, and you started expecting more out of your partner than was the original agreement. I think you have to always work on yourself to keep moving forward, and you will find commonality with your partner.
The next question is, what is the biggest thing you would change in your relationship? And this time he'll go first.
Okay, put the spotlight on me. That's fine. What is the biggest thing I would change? Okay. So it's actually not that deep, not that serious, but it does impact our prospects, our future prospects as a couple. Okay. And I think it has to do with communication, what I would change. And it's not communication between us. It's actually because I think we have great communication when we're together, and especially in the house. You're very comfortable and we communicate well. But I would actually say, like, more in social settings, I feel like we could do a slightly better job at communicating. And honestly, I've got one for both of us that I would change if possible. Yeah. So I'll start with myself first. So I'm really good at interacting with people who I don't know, right? Just speaking to people, random strangers on the street, and small talk or asking for things, like if we're at a shop or at a anywhere. I'm good at that. But what I'm not really good at is when we're actually like around friends and we're talking. I kind of retreat back into my shell a little bit. I don't like mingling around in large friend crowds with people.
Hence why we have 2 friends.
Yeah. I'm honestly.
That's why we talk to you guys, because we only have 2 friends and they're busy.
Yeah, I don't want to say I'm an asocial person, but I definitely don't care for large gatherings, and I feel like I could be a lot better with interacting with people that we just know. I just like to sit off in a corner. I'll pick one friend and we'll just kind of joke around.
You just don't want to go too deep.
Well,
you don't want to have like stronger friendship relationships. Is that what it is, or you just overwhelmed when there's too many people around, or like what is it?
I can't say I've unpacked it really.
Oh, yeah. So
yeah, to that degree. It's just a trait that I've always had, and I've kind of been okay with it. Just not being social in that regard. But for you, I think it would be the inverse. I think you are really good in social situations with friends. As a matter of fact, you kind of become the life of the party in many respects. Because
that's so weird. I'm the opposite when you think about it. I'm like very introverted.
Yeah, but you kind of serve as the glue in friendship groups where you're comfortable. Mm-hmm. You really let your personality shine, and I think people kind of radiate toward you. Even people that wouldn't necessarily interact with each other, they find commonality in you. But that's not the thing I would change, honestly.
Yeah.
It would be the inverse of that, and it would kind of be where my strength lies, and it's your interactions with strangers, your interactions with different people. You are introverted. And
I think another reason is because I'm not from United States.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to change. I grew up in a different country. We have different customs. We're not used to just going around and, hey, how are you doing? And have a weird conversation with a person that you've never met and probably will never meet again. For me, that's very weird. And I'm like closed off. So every time, like, let's say we're in a park or something, right? And we are walking and a lady just stops by and has like, oh, this blah, 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 and starts talking. Adam is always the one talking back, and they'll have a full-blown conversation. And I'm just sitting on the side. I'm like, let's go. You know, I don't know. It's just, I can't get over it. For me, that's still a little weird. And honestly, I wish, and I should work on it and get better and just open up to people. But
because as weird as it is, can't you admit that it's sort of disadvantageous in our culture, in like American culture?
Yeah.
Because you really have an advantage if you're the type of person who can interact with people whom you've never met and you probably will never see again in the future.
Yeah. Small talk is
to
a
make
skill.
deals. Yeah, to make deals with them, to sort of build your network.
Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely something.
You're definitely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially here.
It'd be different.
Something that I gotta work on, I guess. I do. Small talk is my enemy. I hate it. I don't know what to say. I'm like, oh, it's nice outside, right? Yeah. Have a good day.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm bringing up weather from 3 weeks
Know,
ago.
I'm talking about what's going to happen in the next year.
Yeah. Then I'm asking if they got any kids, and hey, I got 2.
Yeah.
You find commonality.
And blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Because people love talking about their kids. They love talking about themselves. That's the premise of this podcast, right? We're just talking about ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what you would change?
Yeah, that's what I would change. For both of us, right? Because it is, what's the biggest thing that we would change in the marriage? It's not just what we would change with our partner. Yeah, it's both of us. Oh, okay. Go ahead with yours.
Well, it's not more like you. It's our group. I wish we did more fun things. And it doesn't have to be like money related. Go to concerts and spend $1,000, or go traveling and spend $5,000. It's more of a like little things. Let's go to a botanical garden. Let's go to the mountains. We used to go a little more often than recently because we have a 7-month-old. But be more adventurous, I guess. Make memories, because you're young only a certain amount of years, and then the back pains start.
Of which I'm already experiencing.
Yeah, both of us, honestly. But make memories together. Not like you have an afternoon or a day off. Don't just stay in a house. Let's do things. Let's get out and live life a little more fun.
Fair enough.
Yes. Have
Fair
hobbies, which we are working on it. I think we're much better than what we used to be. Now we play tennis. We started playing tennis, and that is so fun.
Oh.
That is like the height of my day sometimes. It's just like you get an exercise in, you're outside, you play with your family. Usually our 7-year-old will play with us as well, as much as he will do it. That's what I enjoy the most. And that's what I would change.
Awesome.
Or I wouldn't change. I would sprinkle a little more of that in our life.
Gotcha.
Monotonous life, because it gets boring, every
Of
day
course.
you go to work.
And I'm a natural homebody.
Yes, and the funny part, I used to be too.
Yeah.
I used to be a home person, but I guess because I'm home all the time, it's like I want to go do something. I want a memorable day this week. Mm-hmm. And again,
and
it doesn't
week.
have to be and it doesn't have to be money related. We can go to a nice trail, park, or whatever. Go and explore different parts of the city. I mean, there's many places that we haven't even gone to.
Yeah, that's true.
And we've lived here for 8 years?
Yeah, we've gone a lot of places.
We have, but there's still a lot of places that we haven't. I mean,
Fair enough. I agree with you. I could probably be more adventurous. Maybe. Maybe if you drove a little bit more and I wasn't the chauffeur for the family. Chauffeur?
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 No, it's not chauffeur.
It's chauffeur.
Chauffeur.
Yeah. And which I don't mind driving. I like driving, but I hate traffic. Okay? I love taking long road trips. I love doing that. Mm-hmm. Oh man, we live in North Carolina. We would travel to Virginia, other parts of North Carolina, different cities, and
the mountains mostly.
Yeah,
too.
into the mountains, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
Like, I would love to take a train to Raleigh, let's say. Just a Sunday morning, we wake up, because they have trains to Raleigh, so you don't have to drive.
And we will have to do that.
Yeah.
Just as a disclaimer, though, that does not sound fun to me.
Why?
But I will do it for you.
Why not?
Sitting on a train to Raleigh,
It's not that long.
I don't want to do that.
Why not? And
This
then
is
you
a
can
waste
play
of my day. We can
Uno
drive
over
to
there.
Raleigh.
No, then you
said play
drive and
Uno on a train?
Yeah, like make memories. It doesn't have to be like crazy stuff, but
I
that
don't
would
think
be
that's
a
crazy.
memory.
I
And think
like
Christian would
controlling.
enjoy that too.
I like control.
That is
You know what I
have a
mean?
car. Oh.
Yeah, I like being able to pick up and go wherever we want, whenever we want. We take a train to Raleigh. We ain't got a car. We got to walk around.
Yeah, you could walk around. They have a lot of little.
I'm not
things around there.
arguing against the idea. I'm just saying. I'm just explaining why that doesn't sound amazing to me. Maybe hey.
Well, the thing is, you have to plan.
Yeah.
Like, you take the train to a certain part of the town, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you take in consideration that you don't have a car.
Yeah.
So you look around places that are walkable, or if they have like little transit in the city, like Charlotte has.
Yeah, I hear you, and I definitely respect.
And plan it all out.
I respect the idea of that being a really good time. It's just, at face value, the train part, I don't really care for. Although I wouldn't mind taking a train. I wouldn't mind that. I just don't see the purpose of taking a train if we can take a car.
It's for the experience.
I got you.
Can you imagine even Christian like getting on the train for the first time because he has never been on one?
We'll have to do that. We'll have to do that sooner rather than later. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sooner rather than later.
Yeah. And I think we're going to wrap up here because this is getting a little long and our 7-month-old is up.
I hope you all enjoyed that. That second question was actually very enlightening, more so than the first, where I feel like we found a lot of common ground. But I think I learned something from that today.
That is all we wanted to cover today. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to tune in every Monday morning for another episode of The Positive Spin.
run it back and see
See what we
what we got. Yeah, because I glitched out for a second.
Oh, let's go to a botanical garden.
Thank you all for watching. Did I already say that?
No.
Thank you. Yes, I did. That was the first thing I said.